Writer 2009, if we ever met, would we get along? How in the world do you come up with your stories? If you could ask me one personal question, what would you ask me? I already kind of answered the question about the stories back at Affinity and Understanding, so rewind. We would get along because I would make sure that we did. I am the kind of person who gets along with almost everyone, even if they are shy or withdrawn or quiet, or some people think that they're rude. I still tend to get along with them. I either do my best to make that person feel comfortable in what I believe would be the environment that they want to be in, or I try my best just to make sure that they feel like they're welcome. So, you a personal question. On the beach or on a mountaintop? You know what I'm talking about. Optical noise. What's the juiciest secret you're hiding? You can PM or text the answer if you can't vlog it. That's fine. If you had to sum up your political views in one sentence, what would you say? What, in your opinion, is the best thing that's happened in the last 50 years? If you ever reach enlightenment, will you remember how to laugh? If you were a piece of famous art, which would you be and why? Wherever did you get this fabulous idea? Well, okay, let's start with the secret. Oh boy. I'm pretty much an open book. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that someone doesn't already know. I don't know. If I think of something, I'll definitely PM you or write you about that later. Sum up political views in one sentence. How about one word? Different. What, in your opinion, is the best thing that's happened in the last 50 years? Oh boy, I'm just totally drawing a blank. I don't know. I'll go with something like the Civil Rights Act was passed or something. If I ever reach enlightenment, this question is difficult for me because of my beliefs. I think that enlightenment for me would be after I'm dead, and I believe that there will be much laughing and smiling then. I believe that Jesus smiled. I don't like all these pictures of Jesus where he's like frowny facing. I don't believe that that's accurate. So, oh boy. Piece of famous art. I know that it would be something very obscure, something thought-provoking, because that's how I interpret myself. Okay, I got it. Relativity, Escher. As far as where I got this idea, well, I did one of these almost exactly a year ago. In fact, it's probably like down there under the where you can see all the posts. It's probably like sitting there because it's a related post. And then of course you did it. So Musturian99 asks what my favorite position to pray in is. Well, I don't really have one. If I pray, it's anytime, anywhere. BFB1131 asked me, do you root for the good guys or the bad guys in movies? If you were a male version of yourself, what would you be doing differently apart from the obvious? What's a really sucky film that you still really like and why? Oh my god, okay. As far as heroes or villains goes, it really depends. I don't know what makes us a little attracted to evil people, just human nature, but admit it, even when we're watching the bad guy chase the girl, you know, there's part of us that's hoping that he'll get her. In the show Heroes, I had moments where I definitely rooted for Sylar. In the miniseries Gormenghast, yes, Gormenghast, I cheered Steer Pike on all the way up until the end, where there's a point that it's obvious that you just really rather let Titus just put him out of his misery. So, just for fun, I'm going to put my top 10 villain videos at the bottom here. If I were a male version of myself, I'd be the best man ever. I don't know how to put that. I don't know. Really sucky movie that I still really like and why. Okay, there's a movie called Masterminds. It's starring Patrick Stewart and Vincent Kartheiser from like 1998 or something, some jazz like that. And it's really dumb and I love it. And I had this massive crush on Vincent for like 8 years or something, and I still really like him as an actor. I think he's one of those totally overlooked actors. But anyways, my friends and I used to watch this movie repeatedly to just sit there and make fun of it, and we were never drunk, but we certainly acted like it while watching this movie. I love it because there's so many inside jokes, so many great moments, and honestly, there are actually quite a few moments in the movie that I really think made it good, so, anyways, masterminds. Do it, Ian. How do you pronounce your name? Boy, you cut right to the chase, don't you? What's your favorite position? And he adds, to definitely not pray in, though God might get mentioned if your husband's good. Who's your favorite author? If you could have any animal as a pet, what would you choose? My favorite position is indeed missionary. Before you get all up in arms and call me boring, it's honestly what feels best for me, okay? So, just keep it to yourself. Favorite author? That's a cop-out, isn't it? I really like Stephen King. I like Frank Peretti, Francine Rivers, and I really enjoy reading some of your work. I mean, you as a whole, not you. Do it in. You Zangans. Pet as an animal, oh gosh, there's so many. I love animals. I'd have a white fox, I think. But nice mentions, sugar gliders, chinchillas, and deer. Ricklicious asked me if I had a horse that granted me wishes. What color would it be? White. Dreams escape me. How would your perspective change if you knew without a doubt that there was no God and no afterlife? You can call me fruit baskets all you want, but as people, I don't believe that we will ever know 100% sure that something is or isn't until we're dead, or until Christ returns. But let's go with there is no God. I think just like everyone, I'd be doing a lot more things that were impulsive and I just wanted to do them. And I know some people will say, well, why don't you just do them now? See, you Christians, you're all restricted. Everyone's restricted. I don't know. Paul says that all things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial. So I think that I'd probably be doing more things that I wanted to do, but I don't think that they'd really help me in the long run. I think I'd be left with a lot of guilt and a lot of loneliness. Godless liberal. Please feel better. Favorite joke. Don't really have favorite jokes. I'm not even really a good joke person. I've been told I'm funny. Funny looking. So 3 men walk into a bar. You think one of them would have ducked. Not the stupidest thing you've ever heard. CPK Viper Phoenix, what's a type of story that you under no circumstances will ever write? Is there anything about your writing that you feel can improve on? What are 3 television shows that you would want to be on? Type of story that I'll never write. I'm not really into voodoo. But I can imagine writing a character who is. Just, I don't think that I would write a story about voodoo. I feel like I can always improve on my writing. I need help in description and things like that. 3 television shows. Criminal Minds would have loved to been on, Boy Meets World, and last, it's not a television show, it's a web series, but that's not going to happen, so all the best to them. Blue or Red Pill asks, besides acting and jewelry, are there any other hobbies, business, or career you'd like to venture into or achieve? I am a great chef. Or cook, I guess you could say. I'm not really a chef. I'd love to take that further. I absolutely love music. I adore it. I'd love to get back into piano and drums and guitar. I want to direct. I've directed plays before. I directed our pilot, totally enjoyed it. Love drawing, fashion design, animation, and voiceover work. Cucumber Melonhead, if you can meet anyone that is living today, who you want to meet and why? If you could meet anyone who died, who would you want to meet and why? Oh, I don't want to say their names. Okay, watch closely. And as far as why, I feel like something's supposed to happen there. I don't know. Dead, Howard Hughes, because he's my twin brother.